Hi, just playing a little excerpt from a Bach violin sonata. It's in G minor, and you know, it's great. It's very difficult to play for me. It's written for violin. Of course, when you play it on guitar and you sight read it, it sounds an octave lower than what Bach originally intended. Guitar music, when you read it on the staff, it is an octave lower than it appears. You know, if you play the same notes that you see in your guitar book on a piano, they're higher. So I always like this. It's the presto section of the G minor piece for solo violin by Bach. As I said, very difficult for me to play. So I'm trying to cover a multitude of sins with a little overdrive. Let me get rid of that for a minute. But one thing I wanted to point out about that's the downside of using a hollow body guitar. The Bach is amazing because it's all totally rhythmically uniform. There's no triplets, there's no eighth notes, until the very end there's no eighth notes, and until the very, very end there's really nothing except for 16th notes. So I'll give you a quick look. This is a violin book. Johann Sebastian Bach, Works for Violin. My teacher years ago had clued me in that you can buy violin books, and he is a great sight reader. And you know, I think part of the problem is for guitar, especially for popular guitar, there's not a whole lot of great sight reading music available, or at least they didn't used to be when he turned me on to this. But it's written for violin, and again, looking at the notes, it's amazing because the whole thing is nothing but 16th notes. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just, you know, it just goes on and on and on, which makes it an excellent sight reading challenge, which I'm not really up to. But I like frustrating myself, and I like trying. I figure it can only make me better as a sight reader. But anyway, the thing about Bach, of course, is he was a genius. Some people think he may be the greatest musical genius. Some people even seem to say that he's the greatest genius, period, regardless of field. So we're not Bach, and you know, I can't even hear things that a lot of pop players and jazz players can probably hear. You know, I can't hear a melody when I'm trying to improvise over a tune and instantly produce those notes. I never could do that. I mean, I've gotten better with my ear over the years, but I still rely an awful lot on chord shapes, arpeggio shapes, scales. So I thought we could take a look at Cherokee. It's a nice old jazz standard. Let me try to get out of this overdrive mode with my little practice amp here. So Cherokee, you hopefully have it in a real book or some kind of a fake book. Just to walk through it, let's see, here's the chords. That's B flat, major 7, going to B flat 6, F minor 7, B flat 7, E flat major 7, A flat 9, A flat 7, B flat again, C7, C minor 7, D half diminished, G7, C minor 7, F7 sharp 5, back. This is the second A section, F minor 7, B flat 7, E flat major 7, A flat 7, B flat again, C7, here comes our second ending, C minor 7, F7 to B flat. Here's our middle B section. C sharp minor 7, F sharp 7, B major 7. So we've modulated half a step up to B. Now B minor 7, E7, A major 7, A6, A minor 7. I like these changes. D7, G major 7, G6, G minor 7, C7, C minor 7, F7 sharp 5. Here's our final A section. B flat. F minor 7, B flat 7, E flat major 7, A flat 7, B flat, C7, C minor 7, F7, B flat. And then you can go back and, play another chorus through the whole tune. I'm going to play a super simple version of the melody. 1, 2, 3, 4. D, F, G, B flat, G, F, D, F, D. I'm down in Mel Bay territory. Book 1. B flat, D, F, C, B flat, G, F, D, C, C sharp. We're back at the beginning for the second A section. G, F, D, F, back to D. C, B flat, D, F, C, B flat, G, D, B flat. Here's the melody for the middle, the B section. D sharp, C sharp, A sharp, F sharp, C sharp, C sharp, A, F sharp, B, A, B, E, that is. B natural to A, F sharp, D, A, F natural, D, G, C, C sharp. Here's our final A section. D, F, G, B flat, G, F, D, F, D, C, B flat, D, F, D, B flat, G, D, and then we land on B flat for the ending. So the point of playing that little bit of Bach, besides the fact that I like to frustrate myself with it, is that there's no rhythmic variety whatsoever. It's just 16 notes. So knowing that none of us are Bach, especially me, and none of us have the melodic inventiveness. I mean, he could probably just play quarter notes and make it sound like, the greatest music ever written. What we can do is we can try to get our improvising skills in better shape by using strong rhythms. So the first two measures of Cherokee, this old standard, is B flat, major 7, B flat 6. They're interchangeable. So one rhythm you can try to use is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So 3, 4, 1. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be mainly about rhythms and mainly about trying to use some strong rhythms soloing over Cherokee. So to start out, of course, we're in B flat major territory. So I learned these rhythms from a teacher, Alex Adrian, back in the late 80s. And it was kind of a revelation for me. And he kind of pointed out that if you have a strong enough rhythm and you play it with enough conviction and articulation, you can almost play any notes. Might be a bit of a stretch, but it really enables you to sound better, even if you're not J.S. Bach, or you're not Charlie Parker, or you're not, George Benson. So here we go. B flat is our first background chord. Now we're going to go to F minor 7. Okay? So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use chord tones, but still use that rhythm. Now you don't want to just keep using the same rhythm over and over and over again. Throw it in once in a while. In a minute we're going to learn another rhythm, and that'll be another resource for us. Don't do what I just did. Okay, so yeah, one of the rhythms, you can do it with one. What you don't get with the hand claps and what you don't get with the dead kind of thing is you don't get the articulation. So it's not so much, this rhythm is not so much it is that, but there's also articulation. Some of them are staccato, some of them are more legato. Like right there, that one feels like it should be a staccato. Okay, so let's take a look at another rhythm. Let's stay in B flat territory. And we're going to do okay, so again, to get the articulation, let's play some actual notes. So that one's kind of all right. So if we take the first couple of measures of Cherokee, and try to use those two rhythms, here we go. Okay, so the more of these rhythms that you can pick up and practice and get really used to, it can help your playing, and you can kind of take your chord tones or take your scale tones that you know where they are, and you can try to get some ideas going. So the first rhythm, 1. The second rhythm that we worked on, again, you can plug any notes in, so it's no particular notes, but it's the articulation is important. You know? Here's another one. Let's see, if we go to the point where we move to an F7. So yeah, there's a point where we're doing a 2-5, C minor 7 to F7. One that you can do here that's kind of nice is 1. Okay? So 1. This is the top part of an F7 arpeggio. F7 arpeggio. Okay? We're just using these. And this is a nice rhythm. It's kind of jagged and asymmetrical. 1. So if we go back to the beginning, it's not sounding that fantastic right now, but if you can just get the idea of using strong rhythms and trying to gravitate, for the most part, to chord tones. Another thing we can do is, let's see, when we get to a minor 7, you can take some bebop tunes that you may be familiar with, that you may have learned. You know, recently I was working on that one, whatever that is. That one. Okay, and you can get some accidental notes in there. So when they go to the C minor chord here, the nice thing about picking up some bebop lines is you've got your built-in rhythm. The rhythm's already there. That's the thing about bebop. Beyond the harmonic complexity, it's the strong rhythms, and that's really what makes the playing of Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie and all these guys. But when we go to C minor 7, so you can all right. So hopefully that's something for you to work on. Again, the rhythms would be here's another one. Here's another one. And yeah. Okay, let me know if you have any questions or if you have any additional ideas you'd like to share. I'd love to know what you do to try to enhance and mix up your improvisations. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you next time.